Okay, so let's do something a little bit more radical and try to run some map keys by joining them into some other data that is dynamically generated using PowerQuery. I know that sounds like a lot, but hold on. Let's see how this goes. So we're going to start off by we're going to be first creating a table. And that table is going to be called My Parts. And we're going to put it on Wow tab just to show you that it's coming to a new place. And then we'll do a list files using the table function for application. And in this case, I want, let's do our a.prt, and we want to write that to my parts. Okay, so let's see what we have so far. So you can see that it's created the tab, and these are the files that are currently in the working directory. They're not in session, they're just being listed off the drive. And the next thing we want to do is now that we have that table set up, I want to show you this table over here. So this table is called my Mapkey TBL, and it has the map key in it. And I've given the map key a name. So I have a name column and a sequence column here. So this would give you the ability to kind of do other tables. So let's take a look at our queries and connections for PowerQuery. We don't have any, so I'm going to actually select in this table and create a query to that table in um, in PowerQuery. So we're going to save and load this to a connection. And the reason we're using a connection is we don't want to reload the data back to the Excel document. So that's kind of the default behavior that it is. So we'll say we just need a connection to that data. And we're going to go do the same thing for the Mapkey table. So we're going to just kind of open it up here and just do a simple save to only a connection. And that gives us connections to those two tables. Now here comes the kind of the cool part. Um, let's go back to my parts table and let's add in a new column. And that new column is going to have the same name as the other one, map key name, NAME. And that is going to be, I think it's set view. Whoop, set view. So that's going to, yeah, set view. Oh, well, I got to actually spell it right. Seat view is not going to work. Okay, set view. Now, the reason that we're doing this is I want to be able to kind of join these two pieces of information together based on a common value. And we can actually do that by creating a new query, combining. We're going to actually merge two queries. We could do that from here, or we could back all the way out and do it manually if we wanted to. So we want to take our parts and we want to take the map key table and we want to connect them based on the matches of the values between those two columns. So this will produce a new table that we want to include the map key sequence for. And we do not necessarily need either of these items for that map key to run. So I'm going to remove these columns. Now, what this has done is this has, we'll call this final TBL. So I'm going to say close and load on this because I do need this final table to be in Excel so that we can address it. And you'll notice that the name of the table is final TBL. And basically what this is going to do is any part that is read in from this list files is going to be populated here. And then we're connecting that to the map key table to generate this final table of, for each part, we're going to run that map key. So the very next thing we need to do is we need to be able to refresh all of the data connections in Excel. That'll force all this joining to occur. And then the last step we need to do is we're actually going to open those models up. So I'm going to say table model open. And the table we're going to use is going to be TBL final TBL. Okay, so our final table is what we're going to reference there. And then as the final operation, we're going to do uh, NC command, Mapkey, using a table option for the application, and we will run that same final table. Now, if all this works, we should just be able to click the button here for do it. And it is, oh, we have a problem with our columns. So the important thing we should look at here is that the map key expects these column names. So map key sequence, item name, map key sequence. So if we edit this, you can actually rename the columns here. So we'll say map key sequence is what we need that to be. So it's item name map key sequence. We're just going to close this, keep our changes. It'll update our table for us. And now we can go run it again. And you'll notice that it is like magic running each of those models that's there. So that's pretty cool. Let's go change this to say I want anything that has PLA in the name and do that. Okay, so there's a back plate, our front plate. Okay, that works. Now let's look for anything that has an S in it and try that. Okay, and that's working pretty good too. Okay, let's give it one more little twist here. So let's actually append a couple of requests. So let's say that we want our anything with a B and anything with an S. So what that's going to do is it's going to actually kind of read the S's in or the B's, and then it's going to put or I can't remember what we did. Oh, the S's first, and then the B's. So if we take a look at our table here, you'll see that it did pull this in here. I'm not seeing any duplicates in that. Oh yeah, we do. We do have some duplicates. So let's go fix that so we don't run the map key twice. Another cool thing you could do with this is we can actually. There's a couple of ways to do this. We could make the change here, but I actually kind of want to do it at the source data for my parts. And that is we're going to transform the data to simply, where is it? Remove duplicates. So just that simply, we've been able to kind of handle situations like duplicate parts that are coming in through the system. And then if we just simply refresh our data, you can see that extra thing is left. So if we come in and we say, okay, I want anything with a PRT, a B PRT, and let's also say it has a C in there too. Okay. So when I run this, that's going to probably give me quite a bit of overlap in the content that's there. But it will prune it down to a distinct list of things that need to be ran and then execute those using the map key sequence. So this PowerQuery is very, very, very useful for cleaning up data. So here's the stuff that we started with. We can see baskets in there a few times, dust caps in there a few times, so on and so forth. But it brought it down to just the list of things that we actually needed and then executed it. So PowerQuery, learn it, use it, love it.